everybody. My name is Matt, and welcome to the Three Idiots podcast. With me are Stan.
Hello, everyone.
Wow, that gets really weird.
That's my very white voice.
Very, very white. And Teddy.
Hola.
See, he's trying to speak Spanish again. Oh, you watched that from Dora the Explorer. You're watching that on TV, and that's how you learned your Spanish.
It just means hi there. That's all. That's all it means, Stan.
Ted's idea of kiddie porn is cartoon.
I'm
screwed up. He didn't realize swipe or no swipe and wasn't Spanish.
I'm not trying to be a consultant to the Mexican consulate, Stan. I'm just saying hola.
Gentlemen, we haven't started yet, so can I finish, please?
That's the idiot, not me.
Says the idiot. Three Idiots is going to take you on an adventure. You will laugh, you will cry, and you will probably punch the first small child you see. Be warned, you will learn nothing, gain no knowledge from anything we say, and you may actually end up quite a bit stupider. One thing you will need to know, every show Ted will be drunk, and he is pretty drunk right now, and hopefully getting drunker. Look at him, he's shaking his head. No, I'm not. I'm a good boy. And Stan will be high, and take my word for it, he is high. And don't worry, folks, it makes them both sound smarter. The way the show works is this. I will ambush these two idiots with a topic, and then we will blow your mind. Teddy, anything to say before we start?
Well, I'll blow your mind. Ted will do other things, but...
You're not Ted. You just spoke on my behalf, but yeah, I guess not anymore because Stan just spoke for me, so I guess go ahead.
Okay, so Stan offered to have you suck my dick. Is that something that's not...
He's not representing my views, by the way, just FYI.
As long as your mind is your dick, Ted will blow it. Okay. Stan, now that you've offered up Ted as a sex object, is there anything else you'd like to add before we get going?
No.
All right, gentlemen. Since this is our official first podcast, I think we need to get to the nuts and the bolts. So our first topic is this. Gentlemen, how will we crush Howard Stern and Joe Rogan and make them sorry and become the top of the podcast food chain? How are we going to do it, gentlemen?
It's actually pretty easy. Neither one of them are funny. They tell a lot of burp and fart jokes, and they say a lot of stuff that rhymes with really a lot of sexual innuendo. That they say rhymes around with like pussy and dick, and they think it's really funny. So they basically there's a lot of third grade humor there. Yeah, I mean they're like mildly amusing, but overall, I've listened to both of them. Like Howard Stern, Opie and Anthony, Mancow. Like I said, they have good radio voices, but
I'm
they're really not that. They're not that funny.
He was saying food chain, and I'm hungry, and I come over here, and Matt doesn't have any chips, and now we're trying to record, and I can't freaking eat, man, killing me.
I mean, you can eat if you have to. I mean, if you think you're going to die not eating, but I mean, our focus is really on. Listen to me. Do you want to be a millionaire or not?
That'd be kind of cool, though, right?
What? Are you making fake eating noises? Why don't you just...
That's awesome, right? I'm not quite that guy that did all those, thousands of sounds like that. You knew what I was doing.
I feel like I'm watching a car crash right now, by the way.
I feel like I'm watching a guy try to put a dick in his mouth, but he can't, and he just doesn't know why he's missing. Ow, ow, ow.
Actually, I wish the dick was in his mouth so he would shut up already.
Oh, my God. Okay, so Teddy, you're saying Howard Stern, Joe Rogan, those guys, just not funny. So why do all those people listen?
No,
why do all those people listen to them?
They're talented gentlemen with great radio voices, and obviously, like for example, Howard Stern has he has 50 million shares of Sirius radio stock, so obviously somebody thinks he's obviously the gold standard of shock jocks.
But Teddy, so let's just say that like 1 million people every day.
Sure.
Probably more. Right?
Sure.
Listen to him every day. Why? Just because he has words that rhyme with pussy? And by the way, I can't even think of any. Can you think of any words that rhyme with pussy?
Nah, not really.
Actually, I cannot think of any words.
Right now. So that's what makes is that what makes Howard Stern so great? Because he can actually think of a word that rhymes with pussy.
No, actually, it's probably more like Melvina, vagina, vulva, vulva.
So there's for anybody who doesn't live in Chicago, there's a gag, there's a joke in Chicago. Said, what are the three streets that rhyme with vagina in Chicago? It's Melvina, Paulina, and Lot.
I didn't even know that. Thank you.
Yeah. So I mean that's the gag. I'm sure every city in the world has that joke where they do that, and So I'm, you know what? I just pandered. I'm no better than Joe Rogan or Howard Stern.
We've just
rhymed a word with pussy.
we've just turned into Man Cow and Howard Stern.
But I mean, how are we gonna, Teddy? Millions of people, hundreds of millions, maybe in time. Listen to these guys. We need to be number one. We need to not only do we need to like pass them, but we need to crush them. What can we do to demoralize them so they quit? They just quit doing their radio and podcast stuff.
I got a great idea.
Okay.
I know how we can beat them.
Oh my God! If you say "fuck 'em to death," I am going to cry.
No, I mean, if we could trade Ted for Eddie Murphy, straight up, that'd be awesome.
So you realize that Eddie Murphy would have to come to Chicago, come down into my basement,
but he's so much funnier than Ted.
Sit here with a guy who's totally high, and I would consider myself a complete and total fucking idiot. And why would Eddie Murphy want to come here and do that?
He doesn't want to come in your basement and hang out.
Give me one of many men who has.
And smoke weed.
Yeah. Well. Here's the winning.
Drink too much.
Here's the winning formula, gentlemen. This is what I've seen based on what my limited listening of those shows of the quote unquote shock jocks. They always have a stripper on. They have a musical guest. They have a comedian. There's always like a third wheel, and they always invite a homeless person on who threatens to rape a government official, and then he gets suspended by the FCC, and it creates some outrage. Just like it's Salman Rushdie, like the satanic verses, so it creates that controversy. And once that happens, then they become more popular. So it's like anything outlawed or like apropos becomes more popular, and they say a lot of rooms around with like fuck, duck, suck, and so that's really the winning formula. It's really that simple.
So they're literate. They're literate.
They're articulate. They're articulate.
But they're able to rhyme. You're saying rhyming is the key.
Yeah, they say a lot of words that rhyme with like naughty words, and they pretend like nobody knows what's going on, so we all giggle like we're in third grade.
So like when somebody says booby.
Yeah.
How is that not funny?
We say nitty, but it rhymes with titty.
So that's it. That's you feel like that's the only draw. That's it. So all we have to do is we have to go one step higher.
I'm not saying it's the only draw, but it's definitely the playbook. It's the playbook. That's their playbook.
Okay, so
yeah.
So we have.
It's just that simple.
So you're saying we have two choices.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
One is we rise above that. Yeah. Or two, this is the one I like. We go even lower. We get more like we find words that rhyme. We find words that they've never even thought of that rhyme with titty. Right.
Well, I'll talk to my mother about that because she's got a lot of words that nobody's ever heard of.
So your mom's a big rhyming word person?
No, wait a minute. You said titty, and you thought of your mom like...
No.
How old were you when you stopped breastfeeding?
No, actually, my mom's a big MFer.
What's that?
F this,
Your
F
mom
that.
Fucks moms? I mean, isn't an MFer a motherfucker?
Yes. I'm just saying my mom was a woman ahead of her time. She was a woman who could come up with some cuss words that even a drill instructor in the Marines never heard of. That's all I'm saying.
When did you get weaned from the teat? You were probably like in kindergarten or something, right?
I took Similac, Stan, just FYI. So.
The other kids drinking chocolate milk, and Ted was sucking on his mom.
Because you're an obstetrician.
Isn't it, Teddy? Now I love this. Teddy, are you going to dazzle? So you're saying right now by using that big word, you're saying let's not go low. Let's go higher. So let's do
like Michelle Obama. When they go low, we go high. Is that what you're suggesting?
I don't know, man. I don't listen to Joe Rogan, but I loved Howard Stern for a long time, and
so
he's
okay,
funny.
Actually, let me ask you this: what did he say was so funny? Like what stands out in your mind that was so funny about?
I don't know, man.
What do you mean you don't know? You listen to the guy.
I haven't listened to Howard Stern in a few years.
Okay.
But, I listened to him as a kid at DC 101, and even the movie, was fucking great.
Okay,
man. It was funny.
So Ted, I mean, I got to be honest with you. Guy's funny.
Yeah, he's. Okay, but what did he say? What did he say that was funny? Give me one example.
You said having a homeless guy come in and rape him.
That's Opie and Anthony.
Okay, but Teddy, if you think we'll get ratings, we can find a homeless guy and you can rape him right here on the air.
The key is the mentally ill. We need to get them on the show immediately.
Teddy, I'm pretty sure we don't need any more mentally ill
schizophrenic,
schizophrenic, good example.
And the mentally ill.
Commit a crime, but we could do for Ted. We could easily pick up some homeless guy and say, "Hey, look, my friend wants to suck your dick. You mind coming over to our house? I mean, who's not going to go for that?
You can't say that on the air stand, by the way.
So episode 2, Ted blows a homeless guy.
Yeah, literally and figuratively.
Well, okay. Well, gentlemen, let me interrupt right here. We have a sponsor for our show, Baron Von Butt Plugs. Are you like me and you can't find a good quality fitting butt plug? Well, those days are over. Baron Von Butt Plug has the greatest selection of butt plugs in the world. Feeling fun? Try the Taint Tickler. Feeling adventurous? There's the Rim Rocker. Having a bad day? The Anal Annihilator would be perfect. And don't forget their bestseller, the famous Brown Bomber. Whether you have a slim poop shooter or like Ted, you have a Grand Canyon keister, BVP has everything you need to get your rear in gear. All right. I mean, I know Howard Stern and those guys, they all have sponsors, but I mean, are they getting the good quality stuff? Like, this is the #1 butt plug producer in the world.
Yeah.
In the world. And we've got him already, first show.
Exactly. So, like I said before, it's interesting listening to like the top of the food chain when you listen to the guys who are like at the top of their game.
But hold on, with the thing with the butt plug, when Matt gave yours, you seemed a little confused. I thought you were like using it like a pacifier.
No, actually, I want to use it as a earplug, so I don't have to hear you talk to me, Stan. That's what I want to use it for.
Whoa,
Ted, it's not a pacifier. It's not a lollipop, dumbass.
Wait, let's be honest. It could be, right?
Well, yeah, sure.
Teddy does a lot of things that normal people don't do, right?
Well, last time he came over to your house, remember he was mad at you? He goes, God, Matt's ass tastes like shit. And I'm like, what?
That's not true.
Obviously.
Listen, if I'm having company, I wash my ass. So that's bullshit.
Well, you just didn't clean off your butt plug, and Ted started sucking on it. And
man, that's the worst. That is the worst. But you know what? We've talked a lot about what they do, but how are we going to beat these guys? Because here, right now, we would be the bottom. The only people below us are nobody.
Whale shit. Whale shit's below us actually. So there's whale. There's whale.
Podcast on whale shit.
No, there's whale. No, there's whale shit, and then there's us. So we're at the very bottom of the food chain. We're at the bottom of the food chain. So here's.
Okay.
So the winning formula, from what I've seen with all due respect.
By the way, we all know when someone says that, no respect for what you're talking about, and they think you are a piece of cock.
Musical guest, stripper.
Hold on, you can bring on your friend of yours that's famous.
Homeless person.
We could have anybody be here. I could have anybody sit here. It's a podcast. I could have somebody pretend to be a stripper right now.
And you spend a lot of time
Comedian.
at gas stations and bowling alleys.
Comedian.
There's celebrities at gas stations.
Wait a minute,
and
who
bowling
just
alleys.
walked in? Hi, I'm a stripper. Ted, why don't you tell me your life story? Here, you know what?
Well, this is audio.
I'm going to share a fun story. So we're in Minnesota, okay, and it's like I don't know 1 o'clock in the morning, right? I want a goddamn hamburger. I am drunk. I want a hamburger. Ted has one goal in mind. He wants to go to a strip club. That is all he wants to do, right? So me, Stan, Ted, we're there.
Straight or gay?
You were there, dumbass.
No, actually, Stan was at the strip bar. He was not there. He was not there.
The strip club, as far as I could tell, the women did not have penises. That's all I can tell. As far
as you know.
I tell Teddy, yeah, I'll go to the strip club with you, but I want a hamburger. I want something to eat. Like, maybe stop somewhere.
And a lot of strip clubs do have good food, by the way. Like Heavenly Bodies in Illinois has a buffet.
Oh.
They have a buffet.
Okay, Teddy. You know what? Our next one will be how you can tell a good strip club. We'll do show number. The next show will be how to tell a good strip club and where to get the best steak.
They'll feed you. They'll feed you.
So, but hold on. Teddy doesn't want to tell. Teddy does not want me to tell this story. Okay, he does not want me to tell this story.
I know where this is going, but
yes,
go ahead.
You know exactly where this is going. So as we get there, we're walking. We get to the strip club, and it's only a couple blocks away, and there's no place to eat. So I'm like, fuck, So I figure, okay, Teddy keeps telling me, oh, lots of strip clubs have food. It's now 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay, we have been drinking all day. We were on the golf course. We were drinking. We drank all day long. So we get in there, and Teddy pulls me aside before we walk in. Right before we walk in, he goes, Matt, this is a strip club, right? And the girls are just here. They're only here to try to trick you into think they're liking you. They like you, they like you. So don't tell them any personal stuff. No personal stuff. And I'm just like, and I'm an adult man, and I'm Teddy. I know that, right? So we get in there.
Actually, you look like you didn't. That's why.